Good morning, and thanks for joining us. I'm Veronica Miller.
And I'm Kelly Davis Strausbaugh.
And this is Goodwill, Minnesota's Good News.
We get to share with you some of the good that's happening in our community.
And you know, this week I was looking back at our emails and letters that people send to us, and that's exactly what the purpose of the show was, is to share the good news. And I love reading about people who had no idea what the Neuro Challenge Foundation did, or about our job connection. So we're doing well.
Yes, and you guys have been great recommending people to bring on and telling us what you want to see more of. And it's nice whenever guests that have come on our show say, oh my gosh, somebody recognized me. And it just feels great to know that our community is so awesome and supportive. And speaking of that, you know, we always want to tell you guys that whenever you donate or shop at any of our stores, at any of our locations, you are helping us change lives through the power of work. That is our mission. We believe in it 100%. Last year, we helped over 22,000 people in our community.
Yeah, and we have great stores.
Oh, we have beautiful stores.
And in fact,
yes, in our stores, we always want you to feel great going inside. So we have a new location. It's actually used to be a clearance center. We're reopening it as a new concept store. So this is an example. This is our Ranch Lake store that opened last year, as you guys may remember. It's brilliant, it's wonderful, it's beautiful, it's clean, it's pretty, it's branded. So now we're opening a new location. We're calling it our cast store. You may hear it referred to as that, but it is actually located on South Tamiami Trail, 7241. It's going to open Thursday, March 3rd. So be there bright and early at 9 a.m. And we have our hours there. It's going to be on our website if you need any more information. But this is our newest store in Sarasota, and it's actually kind of exciting. It's a newer concept for us.
Yes,
it's going to be one of our primary retail stores, but it's going to be a little bit smaller, jam-packed with like, I think they said like 10,000 items or something crazy like that.
It's going to be a very boutique-ish kind of feel. And it's south of Clark on Tamiami Trail. So make sure that you come out on the 3rd.
Yeah, you're going to love it. So it's just one more way. You know, we love getting to open up these new stores. But just to remind you again that every time you shop or donate, you allow us to do that. This store is creating 6 jobs in essence. So for a small 3,000 square foot store, that's pretty great to be able to create 6 jobs in your community. That's people we're able to employ. And I just think, like, that is recycling.
Yes.
Right? Or what was I, like a circle. I didn't want to say recycling. But
Reduce,
that's like
reuse, recycle, I don't know.
It's kind of like the circle
of life.
Yeah, the circle
I thought you were
of giving
sing
back.
that.
It's the gift that keeps on giving. That's what I was trying to go for.
All right.
Like our show.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of gifts, we have 2 unbelievable guests today. We have Robin Moch from Emmy Wilson, which we'll talk to later. But we'll start with Johnette Isham, Executive Director of Realize Bradenton. I am so excited that you're here.
We realized that you were coming from Bradenton.
Bump. Okay, so anyway.
Had to try it.
Now, you know, I've known Johnette since I've moved here to town. And I remember when you were first talking about going to Realize Bradenton. She has an unbelievable background. The most creative lady I know. Unbelievable. And what you have done for that organization is amazing. And before I forget, Johnette, I just love your name. I give a little French flair. Johnette. Was also the Goodwill Ambassador of the Year 2 years ago. Yes. So now it's your turn.
But let's start with this fabulous find. If there's anyone out there in the TV audience that recognizes this, I got it at the Goodwill on 301. Is this an amazing
301
find?
and 70. So, it's lovely.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. And it goes with everything.
And I gravitate to where you have the boutique items in the front.
Yes.
I start there.
Oh, yeah.
And then I go to the shoes, the hats, the housewares.
Unbelievable finds, and it is beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
And it's one of those classics. It's like a Audrey Hepburn classic. It can go with everything.
Can I be nosy and ask what you paid for it?
I think it was $5. Is that
$5?
$5.
I always have to
I know. Well, thank you for supporting Goodwill.
It's beautiful.
In many, many ways. But let's talk about Realize Bradenton.
Okay.
You have so many unbelievable things going on.
We do.
Yes.
I like to say at Realize Bradenton, we work our butts off for Bradenton.
Yes.
We do. And we're an economic development nonprofit that uses placemaking, creates great places using arts, culture, heritage, and sports. And we brand the Bradenton area, and we also involve citizens in shaping the future of their community. And we're really pleased that Goodwill, Minnesota is one of our partners,
Oh, always.
particularly with the Bradenton Blues Festival.
That
Love
is
it.
something so amazing. How many years? It's been 3, 4?
December 3rd, 2016 will be our 5th year.
Wow.
Fifth year.
And every year since 2012, it was one of the kickoffs for the Riverwalk. We have been at capacity, and last year, Veronica and Kelly, we won the Best Blues Festival of the
Woohoo!
year.
That is
Awesome.
fantastic.
And on March 10th, we're doing a great kickoff at Aces, which is an amazing blues band right in Bradenton. And we're going to have some secret big announcements that I can't. You have to come. I hope y'all come.
She always does this.
But the good news about the Bradenton Blues Festival is we haven't raised the ticket prices in 5 years.
Wow.
And I think the Blues Festival really signifies what we do at Realize Bradenton. We promote the area, but we also think about building the community. So the festival last December attracted people from 8 countries. The head of the
Wow.
Swedish Blues
That is so
Society was
cool.
there.
That is very cool.
25 states and 300 zip codes. Wow. Yeah, so we're at capacity crowd, and it's only one of 80 events that we do, and it's the only one we charge for. And the night before the Blues Festival, we have a free community concert sponsored by Mojo Productions, because you know, Veronica and Kelly, there are people that can't afford $30
Of course,
for a
sure.
festival, so we have a great festival on Friday. Then we bring one of the blues bands into Manatee High to do blues in the schools. We work with the library system to do blues in the libraries, and we have after parties, and it helps us raise, and we're so excited that Goodwill, Minnesota is one of our supporters. It helps us raise money all year long for our arts and music for youth programs.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
And what Realize Bradenton does is really encompass the entire community.
Right.
I think every charity and organization comes together because of you. You are that connector in all these different programs. And speaking of the blues, I am thrilled. I had no idea that you won.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
And it is. It's like a full day of just, you know, I feel like I'm in Nashville. I mean,
It is right on. It's on the award-winning Riverwalk, and we've
Beautiful.
got 70 sponsors. I think we have 3 more corporate sponsorships left because everyone re-ups each year, and it's just a great day on the river with a lot of good community feeling, and our 70 sponsors make that happen. And
fabulous.
BMO Harris is our presenting sponsor, so we're always grateful to them.
Oh, awesome.
And if you need something blue to wear, we always say go to Goodwill because
Yes.
it's color coded.
And you do that special the month, I think a week or 2 before the blues.
Yeah.
You run specials on blue clothes.
Yes, we do.
So we appreciate that.
Get the blues.
We got the blues.
We got the blues.
We got the blues.
Get the blues.
But also another fabulous thing you do, and the only real reason I get up on Saturday morning is for the farmers market.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, our farmers market is on historic Main Street, and we support micro entrepreneurs, whether they be farmers or artisan food products or craftspeople. And we're getting about 3,000 community members a year, and we're really excited because we share a passion for people who need support in the community. And this October we started an EBT program, so people that are on food assistance can come to the market, and we have chef at the market. We have people, chefs, professional chefs in the Bradenton area cooking and doing samples, and we also have foodie at the market. Do you cook, Veronica? No.
Somewhat.
Okay.
I know how to do 4 things.
All right, okay.
so
So our
famous
chefs at the
things.
market, they have a little red wagon. They get all the food products that are grown in Manatee County and made in Manatee County. We also have a community tent for nonprofits. And we're going to be having, in April, the firemen and women that cook, we're having a big cook-off.
Oh,
Wow.
cool.
Yeah, we do health fairs. We have Hearts for Pets last Saturday. So it's a real fun community event. And where can you go to a farmer's market and stop at O'Brick's or at the Broken Barrel and just get a little Bloody Mary and walk down the street and buy your tomatoes?
That's beautiful.
It is. It's
Buy
a
your
good thing.
tomatoes while you're drinking some.
There you go. It's healthy.
There you go.
Oh, I love it.
That's awesome. And I love that picture. I think I saw Veronica in it. Just kidding. No, I didn't. No, I love that we have the farmers markets. I think that's such a neat thing. And I was going to commend you and your organization too, because as we were talking about, Bradenton has changed so much. I'm from here, and it's wonderful what growth has happened in the last couple of years.
And I think that Bradenton is a really a community that's very friendly and embracing.
Right.
And we understand that working together works. We can't do anything in downtown Bradenton, the Bradenton area, without partnerships.
Of course.
So in addition to Goodwill, we work with the Economic Development Corporation, the Bradenton Area Convention and Visitors Bureau, the Chamber. We've got about 20 business sponsors and partners that really support what's happening downtown. And we started from a whole community process in 2008. It was called Realize Bradenton Planning Process. And there were residents and artists and designers involved in really thinking about how arts ignite the economy and community development. What we're really excited about is we recently had an event called Books, Bots and Bites, and we're a recipient of the Night Cities Challenge. There were 7,200 applications and 30 were chosen.
That's crazy.
So it's all focused on millennials, young people between 18 to 35, and help them get engaged to socially connect, the professionals, the poets, the plumbers, the painters, the creatives. And then we're working with millennials to figure out what they love about the Bradenton area and what will keep them in the area going on with families. And so the Books, Bots and Bites, we partnered with the Central Library and Early Learning Coalition, and it was for millennial parents.
I love it.
Yeah, so part of that is going to be public art. So everything we do is with the community, for the community, and that's why I think we get such community support from residents, elected officials, other nonprofits.
I love it.
So, are you looking for volunteers for anything?
Well, we're always looking for volunteers. We have a great crew of 300, and 100 of those volunteers will be volunteering at Art Slam on March 5th, which draws about 15,000 people, and is creative teams within the farmers market. And we have a real focus on youth. One of our key sponsors is the Manatee Education Foundation and Keller Williams Real Estate.
So let's say your website so people can go on and get your tickets for the
Blues
Festival. And
right. Our website, when we have 3 websites actually, is realizebradenton.com. And there's an 18-month calendar there because we also promote all the cultural assets downtown. The BradentonBluesFestival.org will have tickets for sale March 11th. But I'll see you all March 10th at ACES to hear our big secrets for 2016 about the blues.
Oh, excellent. And also, make sure that you go on to Facebook. Realize Bradenton has a fabulous social media, keeping it up to date and gives information. So yes, make
So we
sure.
have one for Realize Bradenton, for the Blues Festival, and the Farmers Market.
Oh,
Always
geez.
putting out the good news about downtown Bradenton.
There you go.
Good.
I love it.
Excellent. Oh, that's so exciting. So exciting.
I remember last year, just to say it real quick, during the Giving Challenge, you guys had hashtag Bradenton Rocks.
Yeah.
And you asked everybody to take a picture with a rock, and we did ours, and we photoshopped a boulder in.
Yeah, it was good.
It was hilarious. So can you still use that hashtag, Bradenton Rocks? Or
Absolutely.
Because I really like
Absolutely.
it. So.
Okay. Okay.
It was wonderful.
And speaking of someone who rocks,
Love it. Oh.
Our next guest is Robin Moch, and you're a partner with Emmy Wilson, and you're also a Goodwill ambassador. So this is very exciting.
Thank you.
Let's talk about Emmy Wilson, and just to start off, Emmy Wilson, we've been Goodwill and Emmy Wilson have partnered in the past year.
Yes.
And your company has saved us so much money on insurance. It's so important that we are able to put that money back into our mission and help create more jobs. So thank you for everything you do. And I'll let you talk about Emmy Wilson.
Wow. Well, thank you very much, and thank you for having me. And Johnette, I have to tell you, I am actually wanting to give you my time because I want to hear more. I'm actually blown away by what you're doing, and
fabulous.
that is so cool. I'm down here all the time, and so I'm actually thinking I need to get back down here more.
Yes.
We are in Tampa, but we do have clients nationally, and Goodwill is one of our favorite newer partners. And we are very fortunate to be an agency that is owned by a family, third generation since 1920. And we're actually unique in that we don't do any, no one's really heard of us likely unless they're in the industry or they know what we've done or have worked with us. So we get referred in and we get called in. We don't market, we don't cold call. We find people that we think will value what we do. And what's so exciting is when we can do something like we did with Goodwill, Minnesota, when we were able to substantially save them a lot of money. And we get very excited because actually, I was telling you at lunch the other day that the better that we do, the worse that we do financially as an agency, and that's our model, is that we do a lot of work with nonprofits. We have, I think, over 25 of the agency. And we get very excited when we can help support them and help them put more money to their missions, get more people hired, just do more. So we get very excited. We try and work with our clients to make them better at what they do in terms of managing their risk. We don't just sell them policies. So we look at what they're doing, how they're doing it, who's doing it. And then our carrier partners will say, wow, let's work with those folks and we can get them the best pricing possible.
That's awesome.
So it's a kind of a simple model, but it works very well for us and our clients really do benefit, especially our nonprofit ones.
Oh yeah, and absolutely. And again, a premise of this show is to put a face to a name. So when you're looking at a company, I always say this, I implore people to look at the corporate social responsibility that they are giving into this community. And that is important because if I'm going to invest, because money is investment, into a company, I want to know what are they giving back. And Emmy Wilson, and you, I mean, it's wonderful. You really care about the community. You care about, you've come to our events, our lunch and learns to know more about the organization. It's not just, oh, okay, sign this policy and you know, I'll call you every 6 months. You're actually invested into an organization, and I love that.
I appreciate that. We're trying to get better with our social media actually because we're very bad at taking pictures of events and things. I sent you a few, but we get very excited about who we represent, and they call me kind of a big mouth because I will ask everybody, what are you doing? You know, have you thought about your will? I mean, I do. I ask those questions because there are so many organizations that can be supported, and every little bit helps. So we feel very blessed that we have our for instance, a crisis center in Tampa, we gather gifts for them. We do that every year.
Nice.
And again, we're trying to get better at taking photos because we recognize that that's what people do is they look at your Facebook page. So we're getting better at doing that, but we love to get our employees involved and help people and put a face on it. And so we're constantly looking for those opportunities, and Guy King, who is our president, has been involved in this for years and years. So it grew from Guy's belief that you give back. And it makes us very happy. I mean, it just does. When you're doing something like insurance, it's not terribly exciting. I was sitting here thinking, how can I compete with what you're doing? We don't have any jazz going on. It's not a very exciting thing.
You can do jazz hands while you're talking.
Just insurance.
Do you want insurance? Yeah, there you go.
Exactly. I mean, how to make it exciting, we really can't. We try and make it to where people learn more, and our tagline is education is the best insurance. So people don't think they just have to go with status quo. They should really be digging into how can they be better.
That's a great tagline.
I like that.
I love it.
We like it, thanks. So, but yeah, we do. We try and educate. We do seminars. I'm actually going to talk to you about one later. But we want to do more than delivering policies. We want to give back and do something and have an impact. And there's nothing better than meeting someone that you've actually helped or knowing that you helped that program. So we're very happy to do it.
So you sent us a really fun picture, and everybody was dressed in green and red for Christmas.
Oh.
And this picture right here, which I thought was phenomenal.
Oh, look at that. That's so much fun.
This was the On Bikes gathering at Curtis Hickson Park in Tampa, and I don't know the number of people that participated, but you can see it was a lot.
Yeah.
And then we had some folks in our office so we participated, and they helped build bicycles and for kids that don't have bikes. And can't remember how many thousands of bicycles that they get together and they build. And they have these teams. It's very organized. So we had some folks in our agency get involved and get dressed up. And then there's a bike ride. So it was a really neat event, and they had a great time. And they remembered to take pictures.
I love it. And then you also had another event where everybody was, I love when things are color coded. Like, that's my favorite thing. Whenever you're like,
pink.
everybody's like, go to this insurance thing. And I'm like, oh, no, I don't really want to. And they're like, everybody wear pink. And I'm like, oh my God, it sounds like so much fun. So this is another event you sent us.
Yes, this was the Walk for Wishes on our river walk, which
Love
is,
it.
I got to tell you, Tampa could take some lessons, and we're getting so much better. Tampa's river walk is really expanding, and I live on the river. I'm very excited about it. But we had this walk, and it was actually, the weather was pretty good, and we had a great time walking with everybody for the Walk for Wishes. There were thousands of people out there.
And companies, and like you said, I mean, definitely keep posting the pictures because people want to know what you're doing. They want to
Right.
know the company is doing something great. So.
As my millennial will tell you about social media.
It's really good to hear that because
Facebook.
When I look at companies that I'm going to partner with professionally or personally, I do look if I see that they're doing something for the
Right.
community or that they donate a portion of proceeds, that does make me feel differently about them.
Of
And that's never been our goal is to look like that. It's just what we've done. So that's why we're trying to actually let people know about it because it is our corporate culture. And we haven't done the best job of really promoting that because we just do it.
Yeah, you're busy doing
We're
it. but
busy
it's
doing
just,
it.
It's just great. You know, millennials, we're always looking for the next company. And like, that's the reason that Tom's Shoes is so big, you know, because
Right.
you buy a shoe, they give a shoe.
Right.
So we want to see that. So it
Yeah.
feels like bragging. It feels really uncomfortable because you're just busy doing it, but it makes so much sense.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. So we're on the right path.
You are, girl.
We're on the
and
right
then, So
path.
tell us about your seminars.
Well, the seminars that we do various seminars throughout the year. I personally do a lot of things on workers' compensation. This one here was actually, I believe this is a cybersecurity seminar that we did. And we had a couple partners that came in with us because everyone's talking about getting hacked or breached. And
Sure.
actually, it's
Yeah.
probably people your age that are doing it. So stop it.
Hey, listen. My expertise is Facebook, not hacking. I can turn on my iPhone. That's about it.
Well, that you're unlike most people in your generation. But anyway, so we do education there. This was an employee benefits seminar that we did. But again, we are trying to make an educated consumer so they understand what should they be asking when they're
Right.
working
Sure.
with an agent and how can I better my program for my employees. So we do education all the time and we have a good time with it.
So how can they find out about the upcoming seminars?
And reach you.
And reach
yeah.
me, well, emmywilson.com is our website, and you can find me on that website, I believe, or I'm on LinkedIn, just Google me. Our seminars, we hand invite.
Okay.
So anything that if I send you an invite, you think of someone that might be interested, send it on. So that's really, we try and do the personal touch whenever possible. We don't do any mass mailings.
Facebook?
Facebook.
Well, I personally have a Facebook page. I try to separate it. Emmy Wilson has a page.
Okay.
And we're trying to get better with that. So we'll work on that for you
Well,
guys.
we'll help you get there.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
We'll share it on our page.
Thank you. Share on LinkedIn. That's
Like
better
Emmy
for us.
Wilson.
Yes, and actually, if you were watching the show and said, "Oh, I wanted to get more information," go to experiencegoodwill.org, and we'll actually have the link of this show,
Yep.
and you can watch it over and over and over and over again.
Oh,
I think it's
gosh.
under, if you go to our website, it's under news, and then you scroll down, and it's, we also have a radio show, Tell Me Something Good, which Veronica hosts on WSRQ with Rick Hughes, and that's after this, that's at 11.
Yes.
And then, but then there's the good news on SNN, so you can see all our show archives.
Yes.
Nice plug.
Oh, try to get it right.
That's so good.
Yeah, but also, if you go on our website, you'll see that we are partnering with Ave Maria Preparatory School for a awesome event called the Miracle Fest.
It's my favorite event.
And-
One of my
oh,
favorite
yes.
events.
And we love working with Ave Maria Preparatory School. It's the only school in this community that works with children with special disabilities. And if your child has autism or Asperger's or just needs that extra help,
Yeah, it's a great organization. I actually really like it because in the marketing they say diverse abilities, which is another way to say disabilities, and I think that's so great. I just think it's so great, and you can buy tickets on our website, experiencegoodwill.org. Those are on sale now. That's March 9th, so it's around the corner. So make sure you
Yes.
get your tickets.
Yes.
So another thing in our news that I'm really excited about is our campaign that we just
Yes.
officially launched. We had a party at SRQ Magazine. Pizza SRQ donated pizza.
Oh,
Thanks,
yes,
John.
thank you.
He's a new ambassador, and he is
I
amazing.
know, and the pizza's great. Pizza SRQ.
I
Make
mean,
sure
I
you
don't
check 'em
normally
out.
avoid pizza when I'm somewhere, but it is thebomb.com. It is so
Yes.
delicious. So thank you, John. Thank you, SRQ Magazine. So just to show you a couple little sneak preview pictures from that event. Okay, so this is
There it is.
Lisa Leong. She's one of our ambassadors. She's actually on our board as well. And
Yes,
she's
she is.
fantastic. She's the head of SRQ Media with her husband. And So then we also have Faith Holiday.
Faith Holiday is one of our youth ambassadors, and we partner a great deal with them. And she was actually one of the spearheads in creating a wonderful program called Sustainability Suzanne with the Girl Scouts. So
There's so much going on. And
Yes.
then another ambassador that you all will know and recognize and love is Cliff
Cliff
Rolls.
Rolls, yes.
And he is just a super ambassador, because we kind of did like a superhero kind of theme.
Yes.
You guys can see that, right?
Yes.
It's obvious? Okay.
And-
So he was just phenomenal. And then the last picture that I brought to show you from the party, although all the pictures are on Facebook, you can check them out. Trish and Ashley McConnell.
Trish is the community director for the United Way in Sarasota County. So I know a lot of people know her.
Yeah.
She is absolutely fabulous, cares about the community, and is one of our best ambassadors. And actually, her daughter, Ashley McConnell, right there, is another awesome youth ambassador who
She's
has
fantastic.
written blogs for us, fashion blogs.
Fashion
As you
blogs.
can see, she's absolutely
Very
gorgeous.
stylish.
Yes, and she models a lot of our clothes.
Yeah, and I don't think it's fair that you should be that stylish at such a young age, because I feel like teens nowadays don't go through that awkward stage that I'm still currently going through. But yeah, so if you want to find out, we have 6 great commercials that our wonderful campaign stars are starring in, and that's
Yes.
on our website as well under the Impact tab 2016 campaign. You can even view the commercials from last year's campaign, which was awesome. But we urge you to get involved, hashtag I support Goodwill.
And definitely do your own little flair of how you support Goodwill. And just like Kelly said, add the hashtag I support Goodwill. And I think we're going to be doing a contest coming up here soon. Yes.
Let's do a contest.
Let's do a contest.
You guys heard it first. I just love it because, I mean, we have so many different ambassadors. Everybody has something they're passionate about. So we have this amazing ambassador program. So if you want to give back to the community, we will connect you with places to give back. Whether you're interested in Realize Bradenton, we work with them. You're interested in insurance because you just think it is amazing. We
Yes.
know people in insurance.
Exactly.
And
Your workman's
so do
comp's
you
having
now.
issues, Robin can hook you up. We're the connectors. We like
Yes.
to connect everybody.
And I was talking to somebody today, and they were like, "Oh, I really like giving back." And I'm like, "What are you interested in?" They're like, "This is a true story, by the way."
Okay.
They're like,
I'm glad.
kids," which I mean, sorry if there's a kid watching, but that's not my avenue. But I'm like, we do have our Good Readers program where we bring in books to Title I schools and give them books for their houses and their libraries. And many of the children do not have books in their homes, which is terrible. So you can get involved that way.
Well, I hope you really enjoyed the show. Why don't we talk about websites one more time so people can reach you? For Realize Bradenton.
RealizeBradenton.com, BradentonBluesFestival.org.
Awesome. And Emmy Wilson.
.com.
Oh, there you go.
And you
Simple.
can catch them on Facebook
Oh, yes. Yes.
And LinkedIn.
and
And
LinkedIn.
And Instagram and Snapchat.
Oh my goodness.
geez. YouTube. What?
We should have
Yeah.
Snapchatted this show.
Yeah.
I think that sounds great. I can't wait to see more.
Yes. And make sure you get your tickets for the Blues Festival because they go fast. They go
March
really
11th
fast.
on sale.
Yes. Very excited.
We'll see you March 10th at the party.
Yes.
Yes.
At Aces.
Aces
Been
Live.
there. Like that.
I got
like
friends
that
in
place.
low aces.
Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you for joining us and hope to see you next week. Have a great Sunday.